Yeah, lots to catch you up on, rich girl. And I think it's important to note this. I am not a travel blogger. I am a therapist who travels to her clients all over the world. And that is why I stay at so many hotels. That is why I take so many flights. That is why I know so much about travel and points and rewards and all of that. So let's get to recapping what happened with Sonder and Marriott. Let's also talk to you about this Hilton, and let's tell you what's happened since. Okay, I want to start with each day and break it down. Sunday. Sunday night, I received an email from both Marriott and Sonder. You can watch the other video to hear exactly what those emails said. I stayed on the phone for like 3 hours with Marriott trying to get a resolution. There was no contacting Sonder, and there never really has been. Sonder, usually you talk to them through an app. And so I didn't even try that. The Sonder staff in place, they weren't able to do anything or help at all. So that was Sunday. I went to sleep, woke up that morning, and it was told I needed to be out by 9 a.m. was what the email said from Sonder. From Marriott, it just said like as soon as possible, and your safety is important to us, but they gave me no resolution. What they said was you can book at the current rate and at your own expense, and expect Sonder to give you a refund maybe in about 30 days. And I was like, not good enough. So I wasn't really good with that. So I kept calling, and I kept pushing, but also I got an attorney involved. And so on Monday, I went to get me something to eat, and I came on back, sat in the room with my food, my boyfriend, and on the phone with Marriott got information from the attorney. So I emailed Marriott, I emailed Sonder, no response from Sonder, of course. The only response I got from Marriott was, we'll see what we can do. The person got back on the phone with me. They were just going to rebook me at the current rate. I'm like, I have an app, right? I have a phone, I have a computer, a laptop, a tablet. I can do this myself. But here's the thing. I don't think I want to book at another Marriott. I don't want to take that chance, and I'm not sure I want to continue to do business with Marriott. So let's break up for now. I mean, maybe we get back together. I don't know. It seems a little slimy. So just give me a minute. So I took a step back from Marriott, and I decided to book somewhere else. So I went into the American Express app. At the same time, the attorney was telling me exactly what to say to Marriott. So I had already sent an email to them. They had already sent me an email back. So we were talking and trying to figure things out. Call American Express. They're like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I'll just go ahead and rebook using my American Express perks, right? Some rewards if I have them, which I did because I have been traveling a lot this year. And I have a lot of perks. Now, I do pay $700 a year for these perks, but let me tell you, they are completely and totally worth it. From the amount of time I spend in the American Express lounges, the amount of credits I get well over, I don't know, at least $1,000 in credits and stuff. Half the time, I don't even know that I'm using an American Express perk sometimes, and I just get a credit, and I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. So they track it more, because something about points and stuff, sometimes if you don't do a certain thing, you won't get that credit, or you won't get that, perk. But with American Express, you don't have to worry about that. So that's why I really, really, really like traveling with American Express. Delta is the same way. They are really, really good to their customers. Marriott, no good. No good. And yeah, now I know. Oh shoot, I don't know if you can hear this cleaning going on, but I'm gonna keep going just in case you can't, because yeah, now is the time. This is the time that I allotted to do this, so we're doing this. So, okay, that's gone off. Now, next. So that was Monday. Let me keep going on Monday. Monday, we got into the American Express app. We found where we wanted to stay. We looked at a bunch of hotels. It was a big decision to make, because not only I had planned on staying 10 more days with Marriott Sonder, but after that, I was planning to stay longer in France. So this wasn't just an isolated decision I had to make. This is a decision for my life and my business. Now, some of what I do is personal when I travel, but most of what I do is business when I travel. Like I said, I am a therapist. I was here for some consulting, so I had to continue the work that I was doing. However, on Monday, I had to cancel a client. And Tuesday, I ended up missing an event that would have been a great event in Monaco that I needed to go to. So this this is costing me money. This is costing me time that I can't replace. This is costing me money that maybe I can replace or maybe I can postpone, but it was expensive for me. This thing that happened between Marriott and Sonder cost me just like it cost them. So as a business owner, I'm like, how do I salvage this? How do I get the most out of this? And so some of that is doing these videos and like making people aware of what I do, turning my lemons into lemonade. Is that what the saying goes? Let me just tell you, if you don't follow me already, you should. But don't expect like sayings from me because I don't have those. What you can expect from me is to show you how to control the controllables in your life, reduce your stress. So all while I'm going through this, I am very, very calm until on Monday, they call a friend of mine who is only a friend of mine because I stay at so many Sonders that now I know her well, but I would have never met her if I didn't stay at Sonder. So for Sonder managers to call my friend and ask her to call me, it was a low blow because I am so loyal to my friends. I'm loyal to my friends and my clients. They come first. So my privacy, my loyalty, all of that is really important to me. So I had to leave the property, even though my attorney told me not to. I left the property because of my friendship. Like, that's all I'm going to say about that. So I left the property and I went to DoubleTree, which was across the street from this hotel, the Hilton. Lovely hotel. Again, I'm just gonna make a whole new video. I'm not gonna do it in this video about this Hilton. So I ended up going across the street with my 4 bags, because remember I'm telling you, not only am I planning to stay 10 days at this Sonder, but then I was gonna leave there and go to another place for 2 months, and then leave there and go out the country. So this is, again, it's not an isolated incident. I am working. I have another country to go to. I'm not even going back to my country. So I am 8,000 miles away from my country, homeless. That ain't a good feeling. Not to mention having to cancel clients, that's not a good feeling. My clients need me. I am known for my consistency. This is what I am known for. So I'm trying to keep my reputation while doing business with Marriott. And what I think I will say is I was going to do a retreat at this hotel here called the Hotel du Covent. Beautiful hotel, lovely property, but I will not be doing my retreat there. And I'm so glad that this happened because I was dead set on doing my retreat there. Can't do it because I can't trust Marriott, and my clients are so important to me. So, and I'm a small business. I'm not like Marriott. I can't make a big mistake like that and not, because I don't know what the recourse would be. You know, that's a mistake like that could put me out of business, but they can go on and live forever, but they don't think about stuff like that. So moving on, Monday night, we are in the Hilton, lovely hotel. I mean, yes, I just love it. And I didn't get a call back from Marriott, and they say, we can't we can't rebook you. No problem, I'm already at a new hotel. Thanks, I took care of that. They said, okay, so what we can do is offer you either some reward points or we can offer you a gift card. So I said, not reward points, because if you have ever tried to use Marriott reward points, you have to have a ton of them for them to matter. So I said, let's do the gift card. They offered me, wait for it, $150. That did not even cover one night at the place that I had to move to. So I was like, what? Excuse me? I'm sorry? But meanwhile, American Express was working on my refund. So I did get the refund from American Express. And I don't know if you follow me on TikTok, you might have heard me say this, but I got credits because I am a platinum member. So as a platinum member, you get credits when you use at certain hotels. So I get Hilton credits. We got a credit to use while we're at the hotel. We also got a statement credit coming back because we use a collection property, something else, a couple other things. Anyway, so this made it worth my while because I was like, all right, American Express took care of me. I'm not expecting a lot back from Marriott, but they got to give me something, and 150 is not going to do it. So I declined that. I said, no, can you go back to your manager and find something else? So that person did. This is the person that called me from Ireland. If you heard me say that, that was on another video. But I got a call from Ireland, and I guess Marriott's like home office or something, somehow it's in Ireland. So that person called me back, and then they gave me a better offer. They gave me the equivalent of my stay, which I had a very low rate because I booked so far in advance. But I was like, yeah, I'll go for that because I can take that. And like, if I do decide to stay at a Marriott, it would be a St. Regis. That's the only property right now that I would trust because I know that these brands, this is fragile. It's still very fragile. So a St. Regis is the only way that I would do Marriott again. But that's only like 1 or 2 nights on a special occasion, and then I'm done. I'm gonna use this credit, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. I just don't know. We'll see. But right now, I'm a Hilton girl. I'm a Hilton girl. I have plenty of Hilton perks. I use Hilton at quite a few of the hotels. The hotel that we do our retreat in, I do private retreats, just so you know. The hotel I do my retreat in when I'm in Vegas, which is where I live when I live in the United States, is the Virgin Hotel, which is a Hilton property. So I do love Hilton. I was already familiar with Hilton. Always sometimes use Hilton and often use the perks there. In my American Express, I do too. So I felt like Monday was not a bust. I was feeling a little bit better. Tuesday got even better. I did decide to do my stay for the other 2 months once I got the first part out the way. Then I got the 2 months booked. I decided to go with Airbnb for that, which I'm not a big fan of Airbnb. If you follow me, if you don't already, please do subscribe and follow me on TikTok. But if you follow me, you know I'm not a fan of Airbnb because most Airbnb people think they're landlords. They don't understand that they're in the hospitality business. I prefer to live at a hotel. That is my dream. That is my prosperous life. That is what I love. I love living at a hotel. And so Airbnb is not a hotel, but I do love having a stove. So that's the perk of living at an Airbnb. But some of the hotels I stay at, like that Hotel du Vivant, they do have a stove in their, in 1 or 2 of their rooms. So all of this Tuesday, having that second part taken care of, but all of this took me away from work. So now I'm getting back into the swing of things. Today I'm posting a lot. So this is not what I do for a living. I am not a travel blogger. I am a therapist who travels to her clients all over the world for a living. That's what I do for a living. But at the same time, I do post about therapy stuff, financial therapy, sleep therapy, hypnotherapy. You'll see my posts if you follow me are about that. Speaking engagements, that kind of thing. But now I've somehow become a travel blogger. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. Ask me any questions you want to. Put them in the comments. I will answer them. I am present here on YouTube. I am on TikTok. You can follow me there too. I do want to, whatever curiosity you have, I do want to answer your questions. If there's anybody out there who is going through the same thing I'm going through, and they're like, how did you do what you did? Then I can share with you how I did that. But I know when I'm in Europe, I'm in France, and how they do business here in France is completely different than how they do business in the United States. So some of the things that were available to me may not be available to you, because I can go to the French Consumer Protection Agency and have them fight for me. I can get an attorney and have them fight for me. But in the US, you may not have that. First of all, an attorney might be ridiculously expensive. It's not that cheap here either. And the attorney I use is in Monaco. But it's a rich girl network. So I know a rich girl that does everything. Yeah, I know a rich girl that does everything. That's one of my claim to fame, is that I have this plethora of resources. And yeah, so because of that, we do business with each other. We help each other out, and we share, we serve, and it's just an awesome, amazing network of ladies to be a part of. And then also my clients, they protect me because I have given them so much value. I have poured so much into them. I have helped change their personal life. Most of my clients are successful financially, but maybe not personally. And so because I turn their personal lives around, they feel some connection with me, almost like I'm a family member. Some call me their friend, some call me their angel. But that's because of that. That's important to me, and I have to keep that. And Marriott and Sonder almost came in the way of that, and so I have to choose my business partners wisely. So I tell you all of that because I need you to understand that this smile on my face is real. Whenever you see me here smiling, it is because outside of what I do with my clients, I practice that same thing. So I'm just controlling the controllables. Everything that I control, I took under my control. And the things I didn't control, I don't control. I let go of those. Even in the comments, people who are saying mean things to me, I don't have to say mean things back to them. Why? Because I don't even care. I'm moving right along. I don't even remember your name or your comment. So, but I might reply because I want you to know you're heard. I did hear you. And I'm sorry that your life is going so unwell that you feel like you want to hurt people, but I guarantee you, any and every post I make is to lift people up. It is never to tear anybody down. So if there is something I say where someone is hurt or they feel torn down or they feel unseen, that is not my intention. So bring it to my attention so that then I can help you see where I'm coming from, and I'll also listen to your perspective. So that's all I'll say for now. Like I said before, if you have questions,